What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 8 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Arkhan the Black campaign. So as we saw last time, Arkhan has taken out the first of the Guardians of the Books of Nagash and acquired the 9th book, giving us vision all over the world of a bunch of factions. This is not necessarily a good thing, but frankly, this army was too close to us to just go back for it later. I really didn't feel like having Arkhan go all the way back here and waste like 10 turns to do it. So, yeah. Too bad we can't turn this off. Like, too bad it isn't an activatable thing, as in we would get vision not when we acquire the book, but when we actually presumably cast a ritual within the book or something like that. It would have actually been a lot better, because now this kind of does create some problems for us, as a bunch of factions are going to probably declare war on us. This does also probably mean that we're better off declaring war on a few factions ourselves preemptively, such that we can get, you know, friendship higher with a few factions that would enjoy us doing so. Now, the first thing that we gotta do this turn is to destroy the remnants of this army. I don't know whether it'll be possible to do so via auto-resolve, but we'll give it a try. So you're gonna move in right here, King Jot, in march stance so that you can go this way afterwards. And then I guess Arkhan's gonna move in regular stance because he can't reach him in the other stance. Go. Please let us auto-resolve this. And, oh, yes it will. Great, I was really worried about the corpse card with 75 HP. You know, auto-resolve, you make no sense, man. You make no sense at all. Sometimes you destroy a full HP unit for no reason. Other times you're not gonna kill the corpse card with its 75 HP. I don't even know. Auto-resolve. Not complaining, but you're still weird. And not in a good way. Now, we are going to take, I guess, the money. Now, obviously we could take the canopic jars as well, but 1600 money is pretty okay. We also get Endless March, and on top of that, the extra money does mean I think that we should turn off the money collection here on the coast of Araby and get a little bit of extra growth in public order. I do wish that we got more public order out of higher growth for the Tomb Kings, but oh well. Also, I keep forgetting, do the Tomb Kings have students, or do they not? As in something that would increase our research rate. I'm not sure whether they do or don't, whether it actually is something available to all factions. Let's move you up. Let's also move Arkhan up as far as he can go, which ain't that far. We could put him into channeling stance, but he's already maxed out, so there's no need to do so. Oh, well, channeling stance is free, so we could do it anyway. Oh, in fact, I probably should have done that with King Jocht, but if he moves further than Arkhan anyway, maybe that'll be good. I'm almost... Oh wait, I was about to say almost tempted to switch this to Worship of Tra, but we're already on Worship of Tra, so we do already have the extra campaign movement range. Alrighty, now, we don't have anybody else that needs to move, though Arkhan in theory could upgrade a little bit. He does have 2 points available to him at this point, and could probably start benefiting from Sun-Scorched Bones. We do want to get into Resurrect as fast as possible. Alright, I guess Sun-Scorched Bones it is. I'm still tempted to go for Raise Dead and activate and get Wind of Death, but the fact that we require so many points here, although we are getting closer to it, it would probably be quite helpful in fighting these guys, though they have way too many Ushabti. But they do still have battle lines of regular units as well. But Sun-Scorched Bones would help, let's see, about 4 units, and probably about to be 3 units when we replace one of them with a ghoul. So honestly, the Sun-Scorched Bones probably wouldn't be all that helpful right now. We could also go into Greater Arcane Conduit, which we probably will need to. Yeah, I think Arkhan has to skip the blue line. I'm not seeing having enough points for him at all. Especially if we want both Necro Strike and Greater Arcane Conduit. I will skip Necro Strike if necessary, but I like the fact that it decreases cooldowns. You know what? I think we're gonna go for Raise Dead and Dance Macabre. Gonna ignore Gaze of Nagash, ironic as that may be, mostly because I don't particularly like the spell. And yeah, maybe auto-resolve, or not auto-resolve, maybe SFO has made magic missiles better and more worth it, but I still don't like the spell. And the Van Hell's Dance Macabre lasts for 45 seconds at 35 melee attack and speed, which could benefit quite a few of our units as well. And it's cheaper to cast. And I still don't trust magic missiles, they just miss too often. Alright, well, let's keep it as it is. Do we need to upgrade anybody else? You know what, maybe we can do that next turn, unless there's canopic jars to be had. Okay, there's none here. Oh, you have... Oh, okay, no, we need to do this. Keeper of Lore, yes. And Incantation of Preservation, yes. You can also... You're cunning, you're gonna go for Disciple of Osirian and get that free units of Skeleton Warriors. Affect units if unit is not a Lord or Hero, hit points less than 25%. Yeah. It's safer to do that, and I'm not sure that we care about Mortuary Cultist right now, at least not as much. We do somewhat care about Replenished Troops, but I still think Disciple of Osirian is probably the better point usage. Now, you already have Sun-Scorched Bones. We do have to pick between Unyielding and Martial Discipline. I feel like Martial Discipline is relatively useless, mostly because it's armor only when defending. Well, the Unyielding would actually be quite nice when you're on your Khemrian War Sphinx. The additional hit points are going to be extremely valuable, especially as, weirdly enough, Tomb Kings don't seem to have extra HP out of any of their regular lines, or any of their fighty line. Huh. That's weird, because most lords seem to have at least one point available to them for that. I guess we have Embalmed in Elixir. Maybe they don't want you to lean too hard into the Khemrian War Sphinx and make it too powerful with all the extra HP. Still unfortunate, though. But anyway, I digress. You can hold on to your 1 point until I decide what to do with you. You, Arkhan, do your guys need more Canopic Jars? One of you does, so Canopic Jars here. And let's go Indomitable Will, I guess. This is all relatively useless as for now. Alright, Indomitable Will. Next up, Tomb Prince, our duelist, who's been doing a great job so far. Let's get you... Let's see, we have been moving into Infamous Legion. I guess we're just going to continue moving into it as we get into Air Command, even if it isn't something too crazy. Alright, you guys are ready? Now we've got some questions before us. Diplomacy. And we do need to finish up this turn, having done a decent amount of this. First of all, I want to see Become Vassal. Averland, the Drowned, Karak Azul. They're at war with too many factions already. Clan Moors, Karan Kar, they're basically dead. Dreadfleet, not quite there yet. We're probably just going to do a defensive alliance with them anyway. Maybe we'll try to get them vassalized at some point. We'll see if it's actually a possibility or not. But at least they'll be friendly with us and will generate more allegiance, which we do need. These guys are relatively close, but they're all basically dead. Karak Azul is doing okay. Clan Pestilence only has 2 settlements, unfortunately. Angrund is nearly vassalizable. Actually, out of curiosity. What if we do this? No, no dice. Alrighty, well, if that's not gonna work, we'll do the other stuff. Let's take a look at what we have here. So, the Drowned. Now, we could get an alliance with the Drowned to some degree. The problem there is that I've never seen the Drowned survive. Like, I've never, ever seen the Drowned survive. So it might not be worth it to do that. Let's go with Kemmler for now, if he does survive. He is holed up in those mountains. He has lost by probably... Well, actually, no, he's doing okay. Yeah, maybe he'll survive. Alright, let's keep that. We won't do a defensive alliance with him, though, just in case we will be able to subjugate him. Lamian Sisterhood always dies, but we can get a little bit of money from them for doing this.
Speak now. Praise your gods. I like what you say.
865. Wait, how much do we get for military access? Let's get all the money we can here. Like this. 1032. I like it.
Fine.
I like so. Alrighty, who's up next? Give us more cash. The Drowned is still available. We have... I mean, we could make an alliance. The only thing that worries me about that is making Nagaron pissed off at us, because they don't like the Drowned. Will the Drowned die before then? Maybe. Is this a worthy trade agreement? Maybe it is. I suppose if we declare war on a bunch of High Elves, Nagaron would like that anyway. So maybe it won't be that big of a deal. Alright, fine. We'll take a chance on ya, Drowned. Even though, like, all of the factions will hate us for doing this. At least they'll give us some money and a little bit more money. We're going to need to fund all those pyramids, and they're insanely expensive, so we gotta do it right now, especially if we are reducing the amount of money we generate by allowing our territories to grow. And a defensive alliance with Noctilus. Alright, which means war coordination outpost. We will build it at the Galleon's graveyard. Even though it might be valuable at Toranrock, just so that it might survive, but somehow I doubt it. Noctilus is nearly dead out there. We might as well protect the Galleon's graveyard. And we're probably going to get better chances to build stuff out of the Galleon's graveyard early on anyway. Now, we have no ally missions by the looks of it. And let's see, do we have anything else that we can do in terms of this?
Ready.
6.0, I would absolutely love to get a trade agreement going with the northern or the western provinces. How many wars would we need to get into to do this? I'm probably willing to do so, though. Klanishan, Puppets of Misrule, and Kazag. They would be willing to. Would they be willing to if not for Klanishan? Yes, they would. So just Yusak, we hate Chaos anyway. And Kazag. You know, that's not bad. Let's do that. We'll try to get as friendly with the Cathians as possible. All the Cathians, if possible as well. Mostly because I want Fire Rain rockets. Well, for those who watched the Vlad campaign, the Fire Rain rockets are just so damn useful with the dead. We can still get some... Wait. I don't see the western provinces. Maybe we don't have them discovered as yet? Yeah, we might not. Alrighty, well, we'll wait. Their caravan will come by eventually. I think that's all we can do. At least with regards to, We could get non-aggression pacts with some of the dwarfs if we wanted to. But I think we'll wait. Alrighty, good enough. We got 23k, which is going to drop to 10k as soon as we build that pyramid at Xandri in a few turns. Do we want to uncollect the income here so this place grows faster as well? 675. I mean, it's about 1100 per turn, but might still be worth our time. Alright, let's do that for like 5 or so turns, even if we're not collecting anything. The Tomb Kings, with their free armies, have the benefit of being able to do this whenever they damn well please, so it's probably still worth it. Even if it is a decent amount of money loss. On the other hand, we currently have a decent amount of armies here already, and we are growing positive in public order, which means maybe we do this after our armies leave. Yeah, you know what, I actually like that better. We'll do it after our armies leave, because then the public order will grow negative, but then we'll positive it right back up. Alright, now the turn is done. Took a little bit of a while, but with all of the new diplomacy that came available from last episode, it was pretty necessary. Just in case, let's upgrade you. Oh wait, no, we can't. We can't. We're saving for Incantation and Preservation and Lorekeeper. I just want to double check here. Trust. Oh, there's another trustworthy Tomb King. Damn. Huh. Okay, we need to unlock another Legion ASAP. We want these guys. We want many of these guys. Araru. I remember Araru. King Sanok, what do? You have prepared... Oh, I like that as well. King Oyas, what do you have? You have Scavenger, which is decent, but probably not as great. If only we could replace you... 2.2k. I'll have to give this some thought. Is it worth it to replace him with 2.2k? Or is it worth it to wait? I do like the magic item drop chance and the Steelies, but the relationship with all factions is going to be very helpful, especially if we can spam it. Well, it's not like this guy's going to disappear for at least 3 turns as this thing will mill itself. How long until we unlock another dynasty? 12 turns. Okay, that's quite a long time. Well, 12 turns plus 2 turns plus any 1-turn things that we get in the meantime. We'll see. Most likely it'll be worth it. Ah, Kairos, what do you want? Okay. Damn it, but okay. He's going to, I hate Kairos so much. He's going to repeatedly stop our faction or halt our faction at the worst moments, and he's only going to do it to us because What are you doing? Why does the AI keep doing this? Okay, well, you're going to lose another force. We're not going to bother fighting this garbage. Okay, well, that's dead. You... 1360, eh? Or 50 canopic jars. This would allow us to unlock Usirian's Legion of the Netherworld. Underworld? I think it's Netherworld. On the other hand, 1360 ain't bad either. And it would allow you to move out a little bit more. Because you probably will need to move this turn. Alright, fine, we'll skip the canopic jars for now, but maybe we'll take it next time. It's not like we're super in need of Usirian's Legion at the current moment. Especially with Arkhan so far away from the next fight. Where did that Khemri army go, though? I do have to wonder. Alrighty, enemy killed in battle, Magnus Warner. We have King Karus. Alright, there. Alright, well, and great for Karus. I want you to cross over the water, because we want to see what the heck is going on out there. We need to be able to predict when the Exiles of Khorne are coming for us. We need to deal with them. Next up, Arkhan. I want you to go into March stance, yes. King Oyas, leave this place. Like so. Arkhan, you're gonna move into El Kalabad. And Oyas, you are going to give Arkhan your ghoul. Arkhan, I guess you are not going to trade your skeleton warrior. Yeah, because at least if we give you the ghoul, we can still move. And I do like that as well. Alright, wait, I have an idea here. First of all, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put King Sanakt right... Wait, how far can you move?
Submit to your king.
Alright, let's see if we can figure this out. We may be able to get an ambush going. If we could destroy this Khemri army, that would be real swell. We can also increase our ambush chance by popping the Great Incantation of Xar. Which army has damage? It's this army, yeah? Alright, fine. King Oyas, you are going to transfer... Ah, damn, I guess you also want to transfer one of your corpse cards to King Jocht here, who also does want to move further up. He'll probably want to stand beside Arkhan, though. Let me just see here. We could try to transfer his... We can't transfer it to you, but we can transfer it to Arkhan, and then away. So if we transfer Arkhan's Skeleton Warrior, we give you a corpse cart, and we give you your ghoul, but we have to then delete a Skeleton Warrior and a Skeleton Sphere. Nah, it's not gonna work. At least not right now. Alrighty, let's do this then. You're gonna take this, you are going to hold on to the corpse cards, we'll transfer them later on. You're going to transfer this one to Arkhan. Wait, no, you're gonna transfer the ghoul rather to Arkhan. Then you are going to move in camp stance, or, Sandvale, maybe? Or do we want to go into Corrupted Dynasties stance? You know what, let's go into Sandvale, or to Entomb Beneath the Sands, rather. This will allow us to recruit. And we're gonna put you right here, where you won't draw the settlement garrison for... Oh, actually, what if he then bypasses you and attacks the settlement garrison? Alright, let's do this. Put you right here. We'll see if this works. Then, we're gonna have you recruit, it doesn't really matter what, let's say Skeleton Spear. Then, we're gonna have you, King Sanakt, move right here in a second after we pop the Great Incantation of Xar. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but if we can get rid of this army, it would be something that we don't have to deal with. So, Great Incantation of Xar, plus this lasts 10 turns, so we could potentially get more ambushes out of the way. Yeah, ooh. Wait, 9 turns until the next casket. Okay, we gotta keep that in mind. Alrighty, Great Incantation going. Then we take you, and we put you into ambush with a 90% chance right there. And then, we hope that King Karus here, Actually, I wonder if we'd be able to catch them. Nah, but we're probably better off waiting until next turn, because what if these guys then attack? I'm not sure that they can, but I'd rather not risk it. And then King Jocht, you can go right here. You're going to travel up this way, but you need to stay near Arkhan in case you get damaged. All right. that's mostly fixed up. In case the battle happens, we should get King Oyas a point, and that point is going to go into probably passage to the Soul Realm. Unless we replace him, of course.
Yes.
It's Oyas and not Sanak that we want to replace, right? Potentially. Yeah. Alrighty, and Sanakt, you are gonna sit there. We're gonna see about any buildings we're gonna do, and then if no buildings, we're going to go next turn. Al-Haik, let's immediately get you. I'd love to get the salt, but unfortunately for now, I think we need the growth. We gotta grow all these territories, especially Kofur, as fast as possible. Land of Assassins, you don't need this upgrade, although it's going to keep bothering me until it is gone, but... yeah, tier 1 to tier 2 is just not worth it. And then Pools of Despair will upgrade you right now. We're at plus 16 here with Arkhan as well, so yeah, there was no need to turn off Worship of Tra and the income there. Alrighty, we're also nearly at the Boon of Alat, which is great for us. Let's double check diplomacy, and then we'll end the turn again. Brak Azul still looking friendly, but not doing so great, unfortunately. Lamian Sisterhood's still alive. Parts of Sartosa getting ready for a defensive alliance, military alliance with Drakenhof Conclave, but not worth it, in my opinion. As we may have to betray them if they don't lose Kasabar, because Kasabar has a great pyramid. And we're not letting them keep it. Especially considering that this is their capital. Hopefully he just gets into a fight with the Wood Elves here, and then we'll just be able to deal with that. Alrighty, now we end the turn again, and let's see if this ambush works out. And if it doesn't, we'll go after them manually. It is a 90% chance, so unless it's foiled... Alright, come on, where's Khemri? King Karis? And don't be afraid. Noctilus, you want us to join your war against somebody? Yeah. 1500? Against the Bleakholds? I've never seen the Bleakholds survive, either. Rather. It's not bad. It's not bad. I do have to wonder whether they'd be willing to sail all across the world to go towards us, and there is a very decent chance that they would be, but maybe Noctilus would stop them. And they'd probably suffer attrition on the way to us, to be perfectly frank. Yeah, you know what? It's fine. We'll do it. We'll do it, Nocti. I love us more. Hey, he actually managed to claim another territory. Oh, well, he's not doing so bad. Alrighty, where are you? What are you doing, Khemri? Come on. And where are you? Moment of truth. Damn it, Hellkeek, what do you want? You want to declare war on us? Who the heck is Hellkeek? Oh, Clan Spittle. Why would you declare war on us? You look like you're kind of in trouble right now. And, well, they are allies of Clan Pestilence, I guess. Sure, we'll fight Hellkeek. Oh, this actually puts the Awakened into a war with them as well. Yeah, see, this is the AI being insane. There is absolutely no reason to do that. And, oh, this guy stayed where he was. Really? Ah, the ambush got foiled, that's why he stayed where he was, damn. Great Incantation of Xar, Sword of Cain claimed by Gilgallion, irrelevant. King Sanakt, faction destroyed, Lamian Sisterhood, I'm glad we got some money out of them before that happened a few turns ago. The Boon of Walat is ready, which means capacity for Direwolves, Fellbats, and power-ups for the Direwolves and Fellbats. I do wish that all of this would power up those as well, rather than Carrion. Do we even have access to Carrion? Can we actually physically build it? I think we can only build bats, right? There's absolutely no reason that we should even get those buffs to Carrion. Oh wait, all those buffs would go to the Regiment of Renown, wouldn't they? Kind of funny, but also completely waste of time. Now, how do we do the rest of this? Arkhan, out of curiosity, are you able to reach the Black Pyramid? You are not. You're close. Ooh, wait. What if you move here? Are you now able to reach the Black Pyramid? No, you're not. Damn. Oh well. Oh well. We also have to pick a new research. We don't need the Ritual of Sokth, and this gives us nothing. We don't really need the Lich Administrators, which also gives us nothing. We could get an extra Tomb Prince, but meh. I don't want to spend 2.5k on a single Lich Priest right now, either. Although... maybe it's not as bad. It'll be extra canopic jars, and we'll be able to delete them, and we did want to send somebody to find Vlad if it's not gonna work. Yeah, fine, screw it, we'll spend the money. Priesthood of Joff. And then I guess we'll go for Wisdom of the probably... First? No, Second Dynasty. Construction costs for cavalry, income from post-battle, and growth. Yeah, the extra growth. I don't really care about the cavalry buildings, but extra growth, income from post-battle loot, and the buffs to skeleton archers should be pretty good. First Dynasty isn't too bad as well, as it's straight-up campaign movement range everywhere, but the rest of the stuff isn't really necessary for us. I mean, I guess Nehekara Warriors is a decent buff as well. But the chariots, though, we don't have access to chariot units. Construction costs for walls, garrisons, ambushes, yada yada yada. Income growth in public order buildings here. And extra income from income buildings. But Necropolis, Knights, and... oh, it's Caskets of Souls and Screaming Skulls. I'm trying to decide which one to go next. Yeah, I think we still go for the Second Dynasty. Also, don't remember what you do. Income from buildings, local province. Rakash. Is Rakash the builder? Conquering the lands beyond the mountains east of Nehekara, Rakash was a bringer of great prosperity, damn it. His grasp of engineering and urban development were legendary. Construction time for all buildings. Ooh. Thutep of the Third Dynasty. There may be a good reason to unlock you early. I like the construction cost reduction, or time reduction, rather. I do have to wonder what other bonuses you give us. Anyway. King Jocht, are you... nah. I was hoping he could reach Black Pyramid. I suppose we could march Arkhan and Co. down to Sudenburg if we really wanted to. But for now, the goal is to attack you, King Karus. So, we're going to move you up. Ooh. We're going to move you up after transferring a corpse cart in favor of a... You're the ranged army, right? You do need a corpse cart. I guess you can lose one skeleton archer. I think. We'll retool these armies a little bit more after anyway. Like so. Then, we'll have you move up here. And we'll attack together. You're really gonna go around like that? Okay, fine. You wanna go to White King stance, or Corrupted Dynasty stance, rather? Just gotta remember to turn it off after. Alright, away you go. And he's gonna run. But is he gonna run far enough? Oh, you gotta be kidding me, he can cross the river? Oh, that's so stupid. That is so freaking stupid. I hate when the AI can do that. Ugh. Okay, fine. As annoying as that may be, maybe he'll cross back towards the river. Is ambush success chance only in our territory, or is it everywhere? It's everywhere. Alright, so here's what we'll do. We're gonna put you back into Entomb Beneath the Sands. And stay in our territory. We're going to put you back into ambush, and we're going to hope he's going to cross the river again. This will mean we do nothing for one turn, but if all comes to, well, if all happens as we like, or as we want,
I'll ignore that.
We will attack the Black Pyramid of Nagash next turn. We need to leave somebody at El Kalabad, though. So King Jocht, I guess it's going to be you, even though you have a pretty decent army. But it's not like we can trade your stuff to Arkhan. I guess we could give you... Oh, wait, you can almost reach this now. So close. Wait. Yeah, you did lose a little bit of movement. I was just wondering if there was any way to give him a tiny bit more movement. And yes, we could have somebody else siege this. But the problem is, what we want to actually do is siege this while the other two armies destroy the second stack outside it, while it's isolated, and then attack. Which is the whole issue. You could reach Sudenburg, but I'm not sure you'd be able to reach the Black Pyramid afterward. Yeah, you know what, I think we'll go there after. Alright, so Arkhan, let's take you... And let's give you, I guess, a Tomb Guard. Although maybe this guy could use a Tomb Guard, but nonetheless, we don't know, so. You'll take the Tomb Guard for now, if I can find it. Here. And we'll take both of these guys. Okay, fine, we'll take one of those guys. Alright, then what we'll do is we will activate the Kepra Guard. I'm gonna need as much as we can in favor of disbanding you. You know what? I'm gonna disband a Skeleton Archer instead. Do you need any Skeleton Archers? No, you're fine. We'll disband one of the Skeleton Archers, and we'll activate the Kepra Guard. Now we have 2 Tomb Guard. Granted, the Kepler Guard are more of a damage dealer, but nonetheless. You are going to go into ambush stance as well. And you're going to go right here. It doesn't really matter where. You're not actually afraid of anybody. Jocht, you're going to move into El Kalabad and continue getting positive public order. And we are nearly ready. Alright, next up. Do we have any buildings to build? Yes, Lashika and Sorcerer's Islands are both ready for an upgrade. Let's go for it matters not which one. I think either one has a port upgrade. You already have the Tainted Oasis, but it's growth that we probably need. Although we could just spam Tainted Oasis. Ooh, wait a second. If we upgrade you first... You know what? No, we're gonna upgrade you first. Upgrade the Tainted Oasis to tier 3, getting immediate access to a Screaming Skull Catapult. Next up, Grey Desert of Araby. Immediate upgrade. Should have gone into reduction. Actually, it's not that much, so it doesn't matter. Plus, we actually want to get the growth here. It's more critical. Next up, and we have Al Haik. Ugh, these are just going to bother me throughout the campaign. Oh, we'll be deleting those at some point. Alright, and the Cracked Land. Do we still collect income? We're getting closer to upgrading Xandria to tier 2, which means the Pyramid, which is going to cost us all of our money. And double check diplomacy again. And the Drowned, ready for a defensive alliance, but we're not going to do that. They're going to get us into a war with Nagarond, and I don't need that. Cult of Sigmar really wants peace. They're willing to give us 4.3k. We could wait 10 turns while we deal with... Do we need to wait 10 turns, though? Does this actually do anything for us? It does focus these guys on Manny, which may actually be a good thing. You know what? I'm tempted to do this. Plus, we do want to farm this guy for his defeat trait. I just have to watch out for the damn lizards coming up north. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Get the money. It's fine. We're not gonna attack Sudenburg. This also means that King Jock doesn't have to stay here, which is great. You can move after Arkhan, and we'll have more armies to overwhelm the defenses of both the Black Pyramid of Nagash and Khemri as well. I think these are the better targets anyway. Like so. These guys aren't going to immediately declare war on us. I suppose it's a possibility that the orcs do, but I think we're okay. Hetakor, you keep moving out. I want to see where the exiles are. Scarby. Yeah, I don't see Scarby. Alright, it looks like we're ready. Unassigned skill points, building upgrades available. This is this garbage, yes? Yes. I hate you. Next turn, and the turn. Let's see what we got. It's going to be risky attacking the Black Pyramid. We're going to suffer losses, probably quite a few of them. Cult of Sotek is going to attack the Awakened. We'll enter on their side, though the annoying thing about that is there's a decent chance that they'll start sailing over. We're going to have to build a new legion specifically to go out there sooner rather than later. Silostra wants us to join a defensive alliance. We're going to say no. I wonder how the Dread Fleet feels about the Drowned. Honestly, it would be great if the Dread Fleet could just confederate them. And keep taking Ulthuan as they are. Honestly, I'd love to send a legion over to Ulthuan to start taking territory for the Dread Fleet. As soon as we get a legion with a decent amount of Ushabti and Screaming Skulls, so that we can fight the enemy on par in terms of range attacks, we'll probably do it. Ambush foiled. Ambusher discovered. Really, both ambushes got foiled. Rude. Arkhan. You could hit Cetra, but the problem is I'm pretty sure he'd run. Wow, he has a lot of carrion. I wonder if he'd run from a one-on-one. Ooh, Thorek is there as well. Oh, that is tempting. That is very tempting. Thorek has a great buff, and we do want to move towards him. But is it as tempting as the Black Pyramid? Is anything as tempting as the Black Pyramid? Alright, well, probably not. Let's start moving towards Wisdom of the Second Dynasty. Yeah. Alrighty, and I think it's time. You are not at war with anybody, so here's how we do this. We first have King Jocht siege this. Why King Jocht? I have my reasons. We'll see in a second. Declare war. Yes.
Destroy them.
Alright, then you don't have to do anything. Just sit there. While that's happening, Arkhan, with, let's say, King Sanacht in tow with his mortar, you are going to hit this army out here. Because now it's too far away to help the Black Pyramid out. This army is going to run across the river, but it is now, again, too far away to do anything. And I don't think it can cross the river. Beautiful. Now, King Jock, you're going to cancel. Break siege. And Arkhan, you're going to strike. Still tempted to hit Cetra, but I guess we can't reach him right now. Yes, you're going to go here. Then, we are going to draw both King Jock in with his bats, but possibly more importantly, we want to draw in King Sanacht with his mortar. Alright, there. No guarantee the mortar will be on the field, though. We could actually leave King Jock out of it in favor of getting all the skeleton archers in the mortar. Would that be enough, though? That's the problem. There's a lot of enemies that we have to drown in numbers. Now, you know what? Let's do both. You are not really needed. Actually, while you're here... We have unholy lodestones available now. Damn, if only we could trade these guys back. Ooh, black coaches are also amazing. At least they are now. So we should probably try to acquire these. And we can get another mortar as well. No carronades, but still good. And we do have carronade access from the Dreadfleet. Alright. And ooh, they have frickin' hand cannons. Damn. Ugh, I love all the undead units. I'm a little biased, mind you, because the Vampire Counts will always still be my favorite faction, and these guys are an offshoot. Alright, we're going to recruit stuff with you in a second, but we're going to attack first. Do you need your point? I don't think you do. Alrighty, I guess we're going in to the Black Pyramid. Do we need to move these guys so that they move in from the same location? I think it's probably not super necessary. Alrighty, you have your casket. We're going to need that to destroy the enemy walls. The mortar could be really helpful with that. Maybe we just make sure that this army enters the field first, so that the mortar is guaranteed to enter the fray. Wait, I forgot one thing. You should go into Corrupted Dynasty stance. There we go. And what does this do again, other than the White King? I was hoping it buffs the army, because if it buffed the army, it would have been better to put the entire army into the stance, but it doesn't look like it does. You don't buff the army either. Kind of like in camp stance gives the +5 melee defense, but yeah. Alrighty. It took a lot of prep this episode, so sorry about the admin for those who don't like it, but hopefully this will be worth it. Is it me, or have characters not been making too many speeches? I swear, in the last few episodes of various campaigns, sometimes characters are just like, nah, I'm not gonna talk, I'm just gonna sit here and you make the speech. Well, anyway, we have arrived at the Black Pyramid, which is floating up in the sky over everything. It looks pretty nice. And I think there's bats flying around it, as usual, over, at the bottom part, not at the top part, but nonetheless. Plus, we got the city that I guess is guarding the Black Pyramid all around, and the sentinels situated in very large numbers. Now, we did deploy a lot of units over on this side. I was hoping to force the enemy to deploy here by keeping the dire doggos here. I accidentally left the corpse cart here as well, unfortunately, but we're just going to pop the sand veil on it to make it invisible, and then we're going to get it back to where it needs to be. Now, this is good because it allows us to advance without much trouble, as Arkhan will be moving towards here, together with all of these reinforcements moving onto the field. Now, we're going to begin the battle by destroying these towers before we move our archers forward, so that'll be work for our Casket of Souls, but I'm going to speed it up because it is going to take some time to A, break those towers, and B, for the reinforcements to get onto the field. There we go. Oh, wow, that tower just disappeared. Didn't even see the... do these towers crumble? I guess we'll find out for the next one. I'm going to slow it down before this one dies. Of course, while this is happening, the Tomb Prince and the Tomb King and Arkhan himself are all going to head directly towards the gate, and they're going to start on that. 2 more volleys, I think, on this tower. And 1, And oh, damn it, I didn't think that would destroy it. Alrighty, well, I guess we won't see whether it crumbles. We'll see the next time we attack a Tomb King city and probably Khemri after this. But in the meantime, our reinforcements are here, and that is a lot of archers that are immediately moving onto the field, and we will be needing them. Arkhan can create a blob of zombies and skeletons, so the archers will really help out in dishing out the damage. That said, we're gonna keep up speed at max until we get everybody in here, and it is also important to try to get the mortar onto the field as well. Unfortunately, because of the White King that is on the field, the mortar is not able to enter because it is 20 out of 20 units. However, what we're simply going to do is we're going to send one of these Nehekar warriors off field, which will hopefully be replaced by a mortar rather than somebody from the second army. Though now that I think about it, I should have probably moved the other Nehekar warriors off the field as well to get the Lord from this army on the field, as that would have helped out. Anyway, the siege proper is just about ready to begin as our units are getting themselves set up. And here we go. The gate is going to take a little bit longer to break through, but our skeleton archers can start off on this. And this is why this second army is going to be so useful right now. And probably in the next few sieges, we can probably bring it along with Arkhans, as it does really help out with the skeletons being able to do damage, plus the mortars, and we're going to hopefully get another mortar in here shortly. And then maybe some carronades if we can come to afford them later. Alright. Everybody start doing work. That's a lot of enemy units that are still not here, actually, but they are starting to reinforce this portion of the map, but that's fine. We're already here, and it's too late for them to array everybody in the positions that they probably would have preferred them to be in. And it does seem that the enemy is going to keep a few units up on the walls, which is going to be to their detriment as they continue to take damage from our archers, while our artillery pieces are actually not going to focus on this so much as the enemy archers that are within the enemy settlement, and thus more of a threat. Arkhan and co have also broken through the gate now and are getting ready to move in. I'm really liking Arkhan's floating chariot. I'm gonna keep him on it. It's enjoyable. I think I like him more as an infantry blender, at least right now. And here he goes, moving in, zombies, a summoning, and the skeleton warriors from the Tomb Blade joining them, and then even more zombies once we remove the cooldown via the Staff of Nagash. Should really help out with these attacks on cities. Gotta love that cooldown reduction. And of course, our lords and heroes are all together going to go after these Ushabti. While the enemy is distracted by our piles of chaff, we can go after their elites. Alrighty, very nice, very nice. And they have even more Ushabti. We also do have the corpse cart with Balefire coming in to help out. Do the constructs have a base physical resistance? I feel like they do. Yes, they do. Ah, for the love of it. If I could actually click ya, I would be able to figure out what it is. 10% base, alrighty. So the extra magical attacks on everybody from the Balefire Corpse Card is going to help here as well. Now this is probably going to take a very long time. We're going to be here for a while as the enemy is moving all of its melee troops in. We are going to help out a little bit with our own ranged troops, and hopefully they can do some decent damage to these enemies, but there is a ton of Ushabti here, and our lords and heroes are going to take time to work through them. We do, however, have plenty of summons left to go, so more zombies gonna enter the fray, and more skeleton warrior summonings. And all while this is happening, and not a single loss has gone to our side as yet. Very nice, everybody. Arkhan probably doesn't do all that much damage while in the fray like this. I do have to actually wonder how much damage he... Oh, the love of... Let me click ya. Arkhan, please. Oh, man, okay. Well, we'll check his damage later. Because the zombies just... Ah, there we go. He's got, yeah, basically no damage. I did tell him to attack the Ushabti together with the Lords and Heroes, which are kind of fighting down here in the midst of all this. Oh, I like how the extra light from both the chariot, by the looks of it, as well as the corpse cart makes these darker fights more lit up, which is quite nice. But yeah, Arkhan being an infantry blender in his current state means that he's not going to be all that helpful against the Ushabti, but that's okay. Alrighty, let's see what the balance of power is. It's about even for now. Our Casket of Souls is, as I said, focusing on the critical targets of the enemy range back here, and our mortar is going to be helping out with that as well. We're also going to start climbing the walls with a few of our skeleton spears while we continue making a blob around the gate. In the meantime, though, we do have our fast movers, our ghouls, and our hat wraiths who are going to start breaking through the gate over on this side of the map. Look at all these exposed ranged units. Lots of screaming skull catapults and skeleton archers all over this place, and if we can break through the gate, we can probably overwhelm them and prevent them from reinforcing here, which is going to be very, very useful. Looks like a few Tomb Guard and skeleton warriors, no, more Tomb Guard, are nearly done for over in the center here, as they are continuing to take so many arrows to the back while they fight those zombies. Mortar shots coming down in the fray, though they are probably hurting our zombies more than they are hurting the enemy. We also don't really care about the zombies, so that's just fine. And let's see about this. The enemy has moved in some Sepulchral Stalkers as well as some Ushabti with Great Bow, but it looks like they're having trouble actually firing on the enemy because their own Ushabti are standing there and blocking their shots, which is perfect for us, as these guys might otherwise be trying to snipe Arkhan out. So the enemy Ushabti are in fact working in our favor, though there are still just so damn many of them in this particular defensive garrison. That's okay, though. I think we can have more zombies than they can have Ushabti, and therefore, we will just work through them over time. Granted, the skeleton archers probably aren't going to do too much to them, but the lords and heroes we have plenty of. A Tomb King, a Tomb Prince, a White King, Arkhan, and the Necrotect, all standing here and all trying to focus down the Ushabti, though it does seem that they occasionally get turned around and have to focus on the Tomb Guard instead. Not to worry, we'll work through those and then we'll switch. Alrighty, and it seems the enemy army has spawned an ability, which is probably their own Ushabti over in our back lines. The gatehouse, however, is nearly done, and our hat wraiths will be able to enter the fray. We have kept a decent amount of troops back, however, including the Hekar warriors and Tomb Guard to fight the enemy Ushabti here, and we'll be able to charge them as well shortly with the additional Kepra Guard and King Makesh's Scorpion Legion. Frankly, I was too focused on this to get them up there immediately, but that's okay because once again, we have enough units protecting our vulnerable artillery that it won't matter. Our own archers are also dueling the enemy archers together with the help of our mortars and our not screaming skull catapults, but our Casket of Souls rather, and it looks like our archers will definitely win because of that. We've also gotten some more of our archers focusing down the enemy Sepulchral Stalkers here, and hopefully soon the Ushabti with Great Bow, but we do need to start having to make some headway, as we will run out of zombies and skeleton warriors eventually. Fortunately, speaking of headway, we have broken through the gate and our doggos and our hat wraiths have entered the enemy city. Looks like the first on the chopping block is going to be this unit of Screaming Skull Catapults, which is conveniently standing where this tower is. Granted, it's going to get some shots off on us, probably knock out a few of those Hex Wraiths over time, but this being here means we will capture the supply location and destroy the tower, rendering it useless extremely quickly. The zombies and doggos also going to start going after all these exposed range units as well, and should be able to make quick work of them and spread out through the enemy city, as there are other enemy ranged units that we can focus on. We've also now summoned our own Ushabti here, who have blocked the enemy units of Ushabti with Great Bow and Sepulchral Stalkers and crushed them between a summoned unit of skeleton warriors of our own. So these guys are all now taking damage from the enemy range, with our own Ushabti hitting them in the back and our skeleton warriors preventing them from running. So all three of these elite units should be done for shortly, which is absolutely lovely, as they will not, by the looks of it, be helping here. We've also managed to reduce the enemy Ushabti numbers here pretty significantly. They're probably at about half of what they were before. Still plenty of them up here, but we're doing pretty great at breaking through. They're also completely unable to do anything about our Corpse Cart, which is continuing to provide Vigor Mortis for everybody. Look, our Skeleton Spears have 65 melee defense, and all that anti-large is helping out and destroying those Ushabti. Needless to say, it looks like it's going pretty well. The enemy summoned Ushabti have also been destroyed, overwhelmed as they were by our Kepra Guard, Tomb Guard, and Nehekar warriors, who can now join the fray as needed. The balance of power is about 75% in our favor, and our other units that have entered the enemy city are very well spreading out now. Looks like another unit of range is about to die, and then we'll head out across this bridge to help on that side. We're also charging through here, getting stopped by some Nehekara horsemen, as well as some skeleton spears, but we should be able to charge through them shortly and go after the screaming skulls. And even if not, we can always run around, kill this skeleton archer here, loop back through, and hit these guys from the back. Half of the enemy city has fallen, and they don't even know it yet, because they're still too busy trying to hold off the endless tide of summons. And it looks like Arkhan is going to finally break through and out of that press. He's already summoned enough, and he can leave the rest of the work to the rest of his units while he goes after some enemy archers by himself, and he can always move into the center of the enemy city as well if he desires to do so. Alrighty, well done, buddy. Now these guys can now stop firing, but our own ranged units won't. Looks like the enemy elite units are pretty much dead. The 2 units of Sepulchral Stalkers are down to 1, and the Ushabti with Great Bow are done for. The enemy Lord here, the Tomb King, is down to about a quarter or less of his HP, and it looks like the White King and the Tomb King focusing him down will bring him down shortly. The enemy Ushabti are also now done, and so are the Tomb Guard, and we finally broken through this gate. The enemy Lord falls, another unit of archers has been caught, and our dire doggos are looping around. Our hat rates / hex rates are moving through and have broken through to reach the enemy screaming skulls, as well as the remains of their Nehekara horsemen, and the ghouls that are in tow are going to help them out and poison them. It looks like the battle is ours. The enemy city has fallen. They are being attacked everywhere and hit in the back from all sides by our fast movers. I'm gonna move the hat rates away a little bit, and just to heal them up with Arkhan, because they've taken some damage, having dropped down to about half HP. They were acting as the tanks here for a while, and they're not really supposed to be doing that. But we should be able to heal them up quite nicely with Arkhan here as well. And there we go. The enemy is now crumbling away, disintegrating, as the balance of power has fully shifted in our favor, and now only a few more seconds remain of the battle. I think that siege worked out really nicely. And the fact that we were able to break through on the other side of the map while the enemy were distracted worked quite well, similarly to that siege against Raponce very early in the campaign. Tried and true strategy. There we go, a decisive victory, and the Black Pyramid of Nagash is ours. Alright, very nice. Spell Shield is a little bit insulting, I think, for capturing the Black Pyramid, but nonetheless, we got very minimal losses, below 250 out of 6.2k. Decent amounts of damage on, I guess, a few of our skeleton warriors and such, but really, all of the losses are irrelevant, and our armies are in very good shape. Gotta give it up to the hat rates, as usual, moving around in the back and hitting all those enemy ranged units, and with the help of all the ghouls and the direwolves, really worked out well for us there. And all of those Ushabti and Ushabti Greatbow just failed in Arkhan's tar pit with all of his endless summons of zombies and skeleton warriors via his Tombblade. Beautiful. Alrighty, obviously we're going to occupy the place, at least for now. This gives us the Great Mortis Delta, and it gives us the Black Pyramid at Tier 2. Now, we do have the option of, if we really want to, or wanted to... We'll have to think about this. I do like the fact that we have the Crypt Barracks here already, so we could get a few summons on a few units. On the other hand, what we could do is delete this, as in delete all the buildings here, to get the money back, or at least some of the money back. We do get the money back, right? Yes. And pop that Great Incantation of Ptra in 3 turns rather than waiting. which would give us the ability to get this up to tier 3 immediately, and immediately start building the Vault of Nagash, which would be quite nice as well. Granted, it would be a loss of the money that it would take to rebuild all of these things, but it may not be the worst thing in the world. Well, we got 3 turns to think about it until the Great Incantation of Tra is available. The growth here is relatively slow. Even if we don't collect the income, it's still going to take quite a while to get to the next tier. At least 8 turns, so it would certainly speed things up, and it would allow us to continue collecting income in the meantime, because we know that we're going to delete the place. Anyway, as weird as it seems to possibly abandon the Black Pyramid Nagash, I do think that it's probably one of the better uses of the Necrotect. The other option would be to ignore it and get the Necrotect going at Qatar or someplace with a special location. Numas, Qatar, one of these places. And that's another decent option, as we would immediately be able to build whatever pyramid is available there. Well, you guys let me know your thoughts on that matter as to Black Pyramid versus any of these, since we do have this captured and some buildings here already. But otherwise, unfortunately, we are out of time, and it is a good place to call the episode. Next time, we go after Cetra and after Khemri, if it is within range, though it looks like there's a lot of enemies arrayed against us here. Thorax, Cetra, all of this at the same time, so we will have to try to carefully deal with all of that. That said, we do have 4 armies close together in one place, so I'm reasonably confident in our ability to see these off. I'd also absolutely love to kill Thorak and get his buff on Arkhan as early as possible, as it is a melee, I believe, armor-piercing buff, plus the magic item drop chance that he gives. You gotta love old Grump Slayer, it's such a great buff, so yeah, definitely a target. Anyway, stay tuned for more Arkhan as we continue onwards towards vengeance against Cetra. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.